when we talk about EOS, I know it's not just about growth, it's about control. And I want to come back to that. So
Mm,
a lot of owners say they want freedom, but what they really want is control. How does EOS help owners regain control of their business without micromanaging everything?
So I would actually I would change the word control. And I would maybe argue that that's not what they really want. I would argue what they really want is trust. I think most owners want kind of this idea of a self-managing business. And in order to have a self-managing business where they can step away more from the day to day, if they choose so, they don't want more control. They want trust that the right people are doing the right things, that people are following a process, that the right people have visibility and transparency over the things that matter the most, and they're doing something about them on a regular basis. They want trust that managers and leaders know how to manage and lead. They want trust that people are in the right meetings. They want trust that we're not wasting time. They want to trust the business and the people who are leading it well. They don't want control. If anything, I think they want maybe less control. They
Yeah,
don't want to micromanage. But
right.
when they jump in and start micromanaging, it's because they've lost trust, which is the thing they really want.
What would you say are some of the changes in how decisions are made when this trust is in place because they've implemented a system like EOS?
Decisions are made more collaboratively when a system like this is in place. One thing I hear a lot from the owners of businesses is that after they start the process, there's like this relief where they've been walking around every day with this burden and this weight of all the major decisions and the outcomes of the business like resting on their shoulders. They feel it. And when they start implementing an EOS, one of the first things we start to work on is the building of a great leadership. And so when we start the process, we start building out a great leadership team. And I start helping them to make decisions more as a leadership team, more collaboratively. And it's amazing how the owners start to feel this relief of shared burden, shared ownership, where they're not the only ones carrying it. And so that's one of the major implications of EOS is helping that owner just feel more relief every day.
Sense. Along those lines too, I've seen too multiple leaders, not always, but sometimes one of the challenges for the owners to make the shift from being a doer to the
Mm.
actual leader of the company. And this might be one of the hardest part for some owners. Why do you think so many entrepreneurs struggle to shift from being the doer to being the leader of the system?
Trust.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When they're doing it themselves, they trust themselves to do it well. When they allow other people to do it for them, they don't trust, right? And so, but when they can see that the right people are doing it with the right metrics in place, with shared core values, great leadership, reporting structure in place, mechanisms in place so that when things are not working, they're called out, put onto an issues list and solved, right? Now they can start trusting the process of letting go and not having to jump in and do it themselves. It all comes down to trust.
Having, like you said, having the right person in the right seat with the right system, you got to have all of those components for it to really start working.
Absolutely.
So if someone is that's watching this feels stuck in their business, they're not failing, but they are frustrated. What's the first honest step they should take?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, read Traction or Get a Grip, right? It's going to be a great read. I will warn you, it's one of those books that you can't unread, right? So the first time I read it, I was like pissed off that I didn't have it 5 years ago, but you can't unread it. After that, or even before that, reaching out to a local EOS implementer like myself, and there's multiple out there who are great. So reaching out to a local implementer, scheduling a free 90-minute meeting. So we give 90 minutes of our time to meet with you and your leadership team to share the gift of EOS and to show you how the whole thing works, teach the model, the tools, the process of working with an implementer. And really that's just designed to see if there's a good fit for you. There's no hard close. If anything, I avoid that. And I really want to make sure that you see it and you really want it, or it's not a right fit for me. So scheduling that could be a really good next step as well.